3, 2.
Hey there YouTube, PD2 Finger with a double review. Today I have the Maraxus clone and the Mutation X V4 brought to you by Smokenmist from Tempe, Arizona. Special thanks to Aaron from Smokenmist for sending these lovely units for review, and I put links in the description. So do me a favor, click over there. If you've never purchased anything from Smokenmist, go ahead and make an order today. Pick up some of their e-liquid. I'll twist your arm, try the plush, try the strawberry Monroe. Even if you don't necessarily go for strawberry vapes, try it. This stuff is unbelievably good. Now back to a minute in, already completely distracted. The Mutation V4, what can I say? All the way from cloud chasing, all the way down to the most insane flavor chasing, and everything in between. The most crazy reconfigurable mod. And then we have this, the Maraxus. How cool is this thing? It looks like if Darth Maul was golden, this would perhaps be his lightsaber of choice. Look at this thing. It is a bottom firing, reconfigurable stainless steel telescoping tube mod, which you can reconfigure this to run an 18350, an 18500, up to an 18650 battery. That's what I have in here today, is a Sony VTC4 that I got from Lithium Ion Warehouse. Check them out, by the way. Now, available from Smokenmist for $39. They have the $35 is for the silver model. I think they were out of stock on that at the time, but go ahead and check it out. They may very well be getting those in. Now, it is a flat recessed 510 connector that's gold plated. And what that translates to is it's better conductivity for the electricity, which gives you a hard-hitting mod. Now, and it is, this thing hits like a truck. Now, it does have, I have to mention, whenever we're using mechanical mods, we want to use the right batteries. Always have protected batteries. This will run with flat top or button cell. It does not matter, but we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing, doing our research, and getting proper amperage rated battery for the application, being as high as you can get if you're going to be dripping with a mech mod. Now, coming back to the Indulgence Mutation V4. This is the fourth version of this atomizer. It's a popular atomizer, and for good reason. They've added an extension cap for cooling the vape on this model. It runs for $25 to $27. They have a stainless, a black, a white, and a copper. The copper is $27. The stainless is $25. The black and the white are $26. Now this is like the most flexible, most reconfigurable dripping atomizer on the market. It has bottom and side airflow, and then there is an additional extension cap, a polycarbonate extension that you can remove this cap, and that raises it up an additional, I'd say, 3 or 4 millimeters, and that actually cools down the vape. You think, oh yeah, right. Well, no, it actually does work. Now, dealing with those side, there's 3 air holes. There's a 3, a 2, and a 1 on each side of the unit, and those are adjustable at the base. And then the top portion we spin, and that gives us this set of side air holes at an angle for the turbine effect. So adjusting it between the air intake on the side and the dual intake on the bottom. They also have silicone cap inserts that plug those holes up. So if you're running dual or single, it is a 4-post design with a peak insulator. So it's the amount of configurability, and forgive me, I do reviews, I don't do technical up-close builds and things like that. I'm just not able to do that with my back pain injury. I am in so much pain even right now. So forgive me, I do reviews. That's the best that I can do. Now, it is completely adjustable between, like I mentioned, cloud chasing with the air open. We're talking 49 millimeters of airflow when you have this thing wide open, which is, frankly, that's ridiculous. All the way down to sealing it off to next to nothing for flavor chasing. Includes those silicone plugs. It is an 11 millimeter wide competition bore drip tip cap, 5 millimeter deep juice well, peak insulator with the polycarbonate extender. And I'm running that extender. It comes with the usual, you get extra gaskets, extra screws, you get the world famous blue screwdriver, and then those silicone inserts for the bottom caps. You can plug those off depending on your configuration of coils. And then this piece here is what replaces, if you're not running, that clear extender to raise it up. And I went ahead and put that in there. It came, it shipped. That wasn't how it was built, so I rebuilt it to add that for cooling. Now, when I initially built this device, I did a dual parallel coil using a real thin gauge wire. It was probably 28. That ohmed out to 0.3 ohms, and the vape was so hot. I was vaping on a 26650 mod, mech mod. It was so hot, I couldn't handle it. It was like a Cheech and Chong movie. I was coughing so hard, I just could not vape. So I ended up going with a 24 gauge, just two 5-wrap coils. That ohms out to about the same, 0.32 ohms. And then adjusted with minimum airflow. And the flavor is actually, it's too much. Now I know you're like, oh, what's he talking about, the flavor is too much? Well, I DIY'd this juice as a fairly strong cocktail for a tank. So putting this juice into this dripper, I never imagined that it would be like, holy cow, is that strong flavor. I can taste, literally, I mean, when I made this juice, it's like, it's blueberry muffin, and you could basically only taste the blueberry. Now inside of this, I'm tasting the cinnamon, I'm tasting the muffin crust, I'm tasting the wrapper, I'm tasting the plate, I'm tasting the, you know, the lady that made the muffins perfume is in there too. So the way that this is performing, the way that I found I like to run it, is basically one air hole, the smallest air hole, that would be 2 mils on the bottom, and then the top air holes just cracked open a little bit and for flavor. And boy, I'll tell you, the flavor is intense. Now I'll go ahead, I'll open it wide open. We'll see if I can handle this without coughing too much. So yeah, quite a performer, quite a performer. And I mean, you know, I don't drip. I have this painful back injury. I use tanks. That's where I'm at right now. I've got drippers. Part of it is I'm a little OCD about my hands, about having clean hands. Anything sticky on my hands, getting something in between my fingers freaks me out. And I'm in a lot of pain, so I don't like getting up to wash my hands. So there's a little bit of spatter. And I'm sure if I set it up a little differently, I could probably minimize that. But with any dripper, I find it's next to impossible to run them without getting a little bit of e-liquid on the mod. So this is not necessarily an indictment of these devices. It's an indictment of dripping. I don't like dripping. I'm such a baby. But, you know, the flavor is incredible. The vapor production is incredible. The whole ritual of getting the bottle out, and kind of that, like, you see people that drip, their head goes like, and then they're like, you know, like, it's kind of like when you were in high school and people would pack a bowl. There was like guys that would like put the pipe in the bag and stuff a bud in there and then squeeze the beans out of it with their thumb, and then they would hit it. And then there was other guys that would get the pot out and looking at the crystals, and you know, this big ritual about packing the bowl. You can guess what type of pot smoker that I was. So basically, this is an indictment of dripping, not necessarily the Mutation X V4. I have to give the device a thumbs up because it's such an excellent dripper. But at the same time, I'm like, thumbs down. Like, what's wrong with you? You hate dripping. Thank you very much to Aaron from Smokenmist. You drippers out there, this is an excellent mod. It really is. It's so ergonomic. Nothing bad to say about this sucker. This is a great, very attractive mod. The Mutation is an incredible dripper. This is the best dripper I've tried yet. It's a little bit better than the Lancia. So yeah, check it out, smokenmist.com. Thank you very much for joining me. Stay tuned. I got a lot of cool stuff coming. Some goofy electronic stuff, some cool music stuff, and some more vape related content. So thanks for joining me, you guys. Peace.